right, let's get into the big report. And I've already been leading up to this here, so this whole, the last 20 minutes really just integrates in with this information. United Nations envisions transhumanist future where man is obsolete. And that's Aaron Dyke's article at Infowars.com. The Globalist Future 2045 International Congress, led by iconic futurist Ray Kurzweil, who says he wants world government, and held in Moscow a few months back, lays out stark vision of a future for neo-human where AI, cybernetics, nanotech, and other emerging technologies replace mankind, and openly transhumanist visions now being steered by the elite, but which emerge out of a Darwinistic circles directed by the likes of T.H. Huxley and his grandchildren, Julian, who coined the term transhumanism. As Aldous Huxley, author of Brave New World, resistance to this rapid shift in society, the 2045 conference argues, is nothing short of return to the Middle Ages. Now, let's stop there. They frame the whole thing as if it's a foregone conclusion. They're offering you this heaven-like Valhalla that is a foregone conclusion that your brain will be transplanted in a machine and copies of it will be distributed out and death will be conquered and all of this is going to be wonderful, led by Ray Kurzweil, who says he's going to reanimate his father with the technology because he has a bunch of his father's belongings. Ain't going to happen, pal. And that he's going to live forever and eat something like 200 pills a day. Vitamins. And it's very similar to the longevity program, but you're not going to live forever on that, pal. But the point is that Kurzweil, and he's got all these elitists and Hollywood stars bought into it on his program, William Shatner, the list goes on, and they go to this conference, and it's all global government, except nanotech, except wirehead, except interfaces. Everything's fine. They don't tell you this is all Department of Defense 1950s, 60s, 70s, 80s, DARPA. They don't know it's 1855 Sir Francis Galton envisioning biometric computer systems, overlays. I mean, like he was, almost like he was channeling, an off-world engineer from Prometheus. I mean, these people, they are smart. Come up with all this, the entire science, first computers, holograph machines, race mixing study, integrated systems, all of our modern technologies created by eugenicists or farmed out by scientists, owned by eugenicist robber barons. The entire society, the whole technotronic plan, robotics, future not needing us, phasing out humanity, all of this, a hellish future, while they've been poisoning us and dumbing us down so we can't resist their takeover, and then saying we deserve it because all we want to do is watch Dancing with the Stars and Tebow and all the rest of it. I mean, this is amazing. And then I look at the mistakes they've made. They've been able to dominate things through sheer cancerous will. But that's like cancer taking over the body. It's not a win. And I think about how Galton and four other families, the Wedgwoods, the Huxleys, the Darwins, others, all married. And after 3 generations, almost all the children were stillborn, totally mentally retarded or stark raving mad. The few that did survive were super intelligent, but extremely anti-human because they interbred all of that anti-human, garbage to this super breed of egg-headed, toddling, crazy people like Huxley, who wrote in 32 the whole plan for world government, shrinking humans down through carbon taxes, genetic engineering, wrecking humans' genetics at first to then make them go to the medical tyranny, who would then backdoor the genetics and control and create a suboid group of humans to serve them if the technocrats don't decide to just kill us all and have robot androids serve them. Now, again, this is 1932. You can see he then said in 62, before dying, this was actually a plan to take over, and told the Berkeley students that they were so stupid they couldn't even understand him. Well, I understood your speech, buddy pal, okay? So you guys do not deserve to take over humanity, and you say we're scum, I say we're not. I'm going to put out what you're doing and try to get the emergency transmission out. I mean, this is a worldwide, global emergency transmission, what you're hearing. This is what's really going on. Not all the other window dressing meant to distract you. And either we resist this and speak out against this, or they're going to carry out the next phases of their plan. The only way they'll talk to us is if we cut through all the garbage, really address them, confront them everywhere, and say, we're alive, we're sentient, we're human, we're not unconscious, we know what you're doing, and here's the problems with it, and we don't like it, and we're going to make sure when you try to carry this plan out that we have already exposed it so you don't get away with it. And it's the only hope we've got is the truth. That you will know the truth will set you free. We're going to skip this network break because I've got to get to this video. Network break stations should not go over these. Okay. Again, I not only don't do my on-air plugs, I don't even do the ads anymore. This info's so important. Okay, we're going to skip this break coming up in a minute. Let's start going to this video. This is what they put out to promote it. It happened a few months ago. Aaron pointed it out to me. They're always having these conferences, but this is what the Russian government, the UN sponsored it, and they just say, it's a foregone conclusion, no more families, no more what we were, this is what we're going to be. Well, you know what? And they say, oh, if the Amish don't want to do it, it won't matter. They'll be assimilated one way or the other. So in the final equation, they'll let you live in little reservations if you don't want to be part of this. But in the final equation, they say that they're just going to make you be assimilated. It's the Borg. Well, let me explain something. It isn't happening. I've seen what you people make, and it's ugly. You're cancer. Just being able to take over is not the proof that you should rule everything. What do I call it? The New Dark Age, because they call it that. They want a transhumanist New Dark Age for the rest of us, turning off our resources in a post-industrial world, while in high-tech reservations, the new class system, they have the advanced tech, which people beg for like a slave-made iPad, like a slave-created iPad, made at slave factories with suicide nets. Then they give it to the so-called upper class, and that itself is a weaponized system. And it's true we should focus on the big issues and not on the little petty fake ones. But they always offer the solution. Oh, their propaganda system's got you distracted, but here's our template. Go with our model, accept the GMO, all of it. With GMO from day one, with all sorts of poisons and sterilants engineered into it on purpose. So see, everything they're going to shovel is meant to destroy you. Then they test it on you, and they use what's good for themselves. They, through the educational system, wreck paradigms, make them tiny, and then give 4-year-old level, oh, it's magic, come to us. And then they get into the religion that will guide it, the global religion that's anti-human, fake environmentalism. This is pure liquid death. Humanity doesn't have a master plan. Humanity's dumb. But they, the globalists, have a master plan. Yeah, we've been on it for a long time. Oh, Europe's falling apart. Oh, bankers will take over. They engineered it. We told you how they did it. It's on record they did it. Now they're going to be your saviors again. They're going to wreck our genetics with the GMO and the chemicals they already have. Now we have to go to them for the designer babies. These transhumanists all say they're going to block our general development and only give us tech that controls us. Again, they oppose themselves for full spectrum dominance. The space program was a front for the secret program. Again, that's what all this is. It's about controlling technological development and then implying that they're basically the gods. And again, the UN sponsored this and that they have all the answers. And that you should just give in to having your humanity ended and merge with machines they make. They make. Remember that. With their back doors. And they get into the end of the family, everything coming up. But again, the transhumanist, they're going to fix all the problems. They've got the implantable tech. It'll fix all these crises that DARPA and the globalists created. Oh, Google, don't be evil. They're just some tech guys that drink beer and got pinball machines. Hey, non-threatening. Oh, Warren Buffett has an ice cream. These are mass killers. These are cold-blooded people. I've been around them.